Hello guys, you're all very welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can make this amazing bonnet. To be kind to your hair, be nice to your hair, show some love to your hair, please. Stop going to bed with your hair unprotected. So this bonnet is made of silver silk fabric and it's big enough to contain whatever jumbo size of braids you want to have. So I'm going to show you how you can achieve this, and most importantly, it has two sides. I'm going to show you how you can make your own bonnet, two-sided bonnet. So you have one color in and another color out, so it doesn't look like you're wearing the same bonnet every day. In case you have to do videos, I see people do their videos, TikTok videos with the same bonnet every day, you know. So you have two in one here, and if you make two of these, you have four in two. So it looks like, oh, you're changing your bonnet. So keep watching, guys, if you want to know how I made this fabulous, beautiful, nice. I just love the color, you know, the fact that it's silk and satin, and it's not some funny color or some crazy color like some I see out there. You look like a joker or a clown or something. This looks really, I love cool. It looks cool. I love the color. So I'm going to show you guys. Stay tuned. Thank you for stopping by. Those of you who are new, thank you for clicking on this video. So guys, this is the fabric I'm going to use. It's a silk fabric and it has two sides. One side is more silky and the other side has some cotton. I'm going to use two colors of this because the bonnet is going to be a reversible one. So to start with, I'm going to use 1 meter of each color and fold it into 4 pieces. Then take note of the closed end and the open ends. These are the open ends and the closed end is the other way. So starting from that point between these two ends, I'm going to measure 18 inches down each side because I want the bonnet to be very big such that it can contain even the biggest jumbo size of braids you could have on your hair. You don't have to worry fitting in your hair into your bonnet. So I decided to go for 18 inches, which later on I thought it was like maybe too much. I had to reduce it, as you would see later on in the video, but I was measuring 18 inches. So after measuring 18 inches on each side, going down each side, I do the same, making sure that my measuring tape is at the same starting point each time. I measure 18 inches all through from one point to the other point, and then I connect the dots just as you see me do. Some of these things need technical words to explain, which I don't know, so just keep watching, watch attentively. I'm sure you will get it. So I'm going to cut through the line I have made. My advice is for you to use your pins to hold down your fabric before cutting, which I did not do, and that kind of, you see my fabric shaking all the time. So I have to try to cut out some fabric that I'm going to use to sew the stripes with which I'm going to use to tie my bonnet, my hair bonnet. So here we go. I'm just going to measure 7 inches and cut them straight. So I'm going to have long strips of fabric. I'm going to sew this to make to fabricate like the stripes with which I'm going to tie the bonnet. So this is the second fabric I'm using. Is the silver color, still a silk fabric. I'm going to fold it into 4 just as I did the first one, and then I'm going to overlay the first one I already cut out on top of it to make it easier, because I don't have to do the measurements all over. Just lay it on top of it, hold it with pins and mark it out and cut out your fabric. It's a lot easier that way. When you're laying it, make sure you take note of the open sides. They should be together and the closed sides should be together. So you can see my fabric is ready. I've already had my 2 cut out pieces and the stripes, the fabric for the stripes as well. So you're going to overlay your 2 pieces of fabric over each other, the good sides facing each other, hold it down with a pin. So you can see for yourself, this was way too huge, so I had to reduce it. I had to reduce 4 inches from the side. As you see, I've marked it out. I'll cut out that part and then sew along the lines before turning over my fabric. You must leave out this space here. You see that small space? You're going to use that to bring out the fabric after you have sewn it. So I had to reduce 4 inches from the sides because it was way too much, and I advise you go with 14 inches. I think that's big enough. 14 inches instead of 18 inches, which I used from the beginning. So you see me turning it out. I've already sewed the sides and it looks really wonderful. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a straightening with the iron. I'm going to iron it to have it straight and smooth, and then we move on to the next part. So now that I'm done ironing, I'm going to start making some pleats here and there. This is what is going to give the shape of the bonnet. So I'm going to continue making pleats all around the circumference of this sewn fabric. Now, this is what will decide the size of your bonnet as well. My head is 22 inches. So as I made my pleats, I had to keep measuring to make sure that the circumference of my bonnet is 22 inches. Now, this was way too big, so I had to keep adjusting my pleats. And this space that we passed the fabric through at the beginning, we are also going to use it as a space to insert the elastic fabric. Now, these are the stripes. This is the fabric I'm going to use to make the stripes. So I'm just going to sew them like this. I joined 2 together because they were short when I cut it. So I had to join 2 to increase the length. And then I'm going to sew along the sides. So and when doing that, make sure your fabric is turned the wrong side out. So after sewing, you're going to turn it the wrong side, the right side out. Now make sure you sew the side and along the sides, but make sure you leave one end open so you can turn out your fabric. This side is a sewn side and this is the open side. So you can turn out your fabric after you're done sewing. As you see, I'm done sewing and I'm trying to turn out my fabric. I don't know why I went for this method. I just had to grab anything around to try and use to turn it. It's not easy. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I was wasting time. I should have just done this from the beginning. You can just do this. Use anything around you that you can use to invert to turn out your fabric. You see, like that. Just easy. Pull it out and it's done. So as you can see, this is the sewn side. The other side is open. We are going to sew the open side as well. Now to sew it, you just reverse the fabric inward and try to sew it neatly. So I have made my pleats and I'm satisfied with the size right now. You just have to keep adjusting the pleats. If you have to make bigger pleats to get a smaller circumference, you do that. Or if you have to make smaller pleats to get a wider circumference, you do that. But I had to pleat mine a lot because it was 14 inches from the beginning to make my circle. So I had to do a lot of pleats to get 22 inches for the circumference. So when I bend it on one side, I should be able to have 11, as you saw. And I have inserted my elastic as well on one end. Now you see the elastic. When sewing this end, make sure you don't sew on the elastic fabric. Sew just on your silk fabric. So I'm going to install the stripes right now, the stripes which we made. To do that, you just lay the stripes at the borders of your bonnet where you had your pleats and hold it in place with pins. You're going to sew this later on together with the pleats to have everything held in place. Now when you get to the back, make sure you don't hold the elastic area. Don't hold the side that has the elastic fabric. Don't hold it down with your stripes. Leave that part open. So after sewing this, you just do the same on the other side. Flip it over, take the other color of fabric for the stripes and do the same. So you have 2 sides. You have a reversible bonnet. You can wear it either way. So guys, this is it. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. It's very important to have a bonnet. It helps reduce frizz on your hair, and it helps keep your hair moisturized, retain moisture, because other fabrics like cotton suck out moisture from your hair. So it's very important to have a satin or a silk bonnet. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, share it with anyone you think might profit from this. However, someone might use this to start up a business. You could use this as a business idea if you don't have a job. Do bonnets and sell in your neighborhood. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment below, especially if you're new, so I can give you a proper welcome. You see me trying on my bonnet there. If you want to wear your reversible bonnet, all you have to do is the side you want to be on top, and then you just tuck in the other side and no one will know. How will they know? How will they know? So you just tuck in the other side and boom, you have a bonnet. Tomorrow you have a new bonnet just by reversing the old one. I like this bonnet because it sits on your hair all night, and it has the stripes that really helps you hold it in place. This is really something you could wear and go out and for a walk. It really looks nice. The color is great, and also it doesn't have an elastic stripe all around that could hurt or cause headache. That's why it's very important to take the measurement of your hair when doing this, so when you're doing the pleats, it's the perfect size. Thank you guys, and see you in the next video.